Good evening, my dear lovely students. Please forgive me for my busyness lately and my condition. I have currently having a runny nose, my head hurts, and my cough is getting worse and worse. So, in this video, this was recorded last Tuesday. So bear with me if my voice is quite stiff and very husky because it's the effect of the runny nose. But don't worry, eventually I have no more any appointments anymore since the class will continue and midterm examinations is fast approaching. So I'm gonna make the discussion sexy, sophisticated, and as well as fast so that you can learn it in an instant, even though this video is good for 10 to 20 minutes. Without further ado, let's get started. Greetings, my BS Criminology students. And since I also have a purposive communication with my BE Ed students, so greetings, BS Crim and BE Ed. Welcome to my first video due to my absences. This is going to be the first video class that I'm going to handle for this academic year 2018-2019. Last time, I was not around because of two reasons. First, we have a faculty meeting, which is unavoidable because we're dealing with stuff that's happening in the administration and of course in the institution. And number two, because of the long meetings, some classes are interrupted. Thus, instead of having makeup classes, the makeup class that I'm going to do is recorded here on the video. So, more often than not, this video will serve you as a guide and a continuation of what we're going to discuss. BE Ed, I know that this is a collaboration with the BS Criminology. So bear with me if I'm gonna use Tanglish in this discussion. With that being said, let's get started. I always emphasize the discussion, kahit sa criminology, masyado kong dinidiktikto ang verbal at non-verbal communication. Again, when we speak of verbal, ito yung way ng pananalita. Pag sinabi nating non-verbal, it's more of the actions. To give an overview, Crim, I haven't taught you this yet because I'm very focused on the verbal rather. It's because karaniwan sa mga kriminal, of course, less non-verbal sila and more of the verbal. Mapalalaman nyo yan lalo kapag meron kayong subject na tinatawag na psychology of the crimes. To help Ma'am Lani in her discussion, kung siya man maging prof niya sa psychology of the crimes, in nonverbal communication, this deals with gestures and actions. Para sa kinakalaman nyo, may mga ibang bansa na madalas nonverbal ang ginagamit nila. Halimbawa, sa Pransya, sa Tagalog, uso sa kanila ang beso-beso. Bakit? Hindi po yung simbolo na bakla sila. No. This symbolizes ang greetings nila. Sa atin, pag barkada natin, high five! O kaya pag girls, yakapan, bes, sisigaw ka. But them, they're very specific in their culture. Super maarte sila ng culture. Meron pa, sa atin, pag kumakain tayo, ay, Diyos ko, sarap. Pero, sa kanila hindi. Mga non-verbal yun. Sa mga kriminal naman, karaniwan, mapapansin nyo sa mata. Or in the eye part, we call this one the pupil. Alam ko sa video, medyo, let me go closer. Napapansin nyo itong sa gitnang bahagi ng aking mata, dun sa pupil part, kapag ang isang tao ay nagsisinungaling dito, lumalaki yan, or the pupil is getting bigger and bigger. This means na hindi ka nagsasabi ng totoo. Bakit? Kasi yung brain mo, ina-adjust niya para hindi mo malaman ang madidilim na katotohanan. It's a form of self-defense in psychology, kumbaga. However, kapag ang pupil, yung sa pinaka dito, ay maliit, that means to say, you're not lying. Doon madalas nakikita ng mga judges, besides of course the consistency of the statements between the prosecutor and the defendant, pag napag-aralan niyo palalo yun sa criminology. Pero, on the bottom line there is, sa non-verbal, mas makikita mo kung talaga nagsasabi yung totoo ng estudyante. Maliban sa tingin-tingin, sa pupil din, nakikita din yun. Yun lang ang mga forms of non-verbal communication. Ngayon, hindi lang kayo, mga police officers, or you as police officers and your educators, are not enough to just know this in the intellect. You have to take note of these lectures and informations that I'm going to give you. Take note of this. Like that, props. Hi, my name is John Paul Ong. I am 15 years old and I'm traveling here because of the purpose and this will benefit. Notice the way I speak. Kapag nagsasalita kayo, if you're talking, move and make an eye contact. Remember, class, the eyes are the windows of the soul. Mas makikita mo ang ugali ng tao kapag sa mata nakukonekta mo ang tao. Kapag mismo, if you are not connecting that person to communicate to you very well, there will be no communication at all. You still remember the cycle? The cycle should have the listener and the speaker. But to make sure that it has a connectivity to it, or may connection siya sa pagsasalita, dapat nako-communicate yan. Kapag ito, sa pamamaraan ng pananalita mo ay palagi kang nakatorete, or in English, we call that staggering, hindi ka masyadong makakapagsalita maigi. In communicating with others, you must take note of this. Number 1, avoid staggering. Yung ginawa ko kanina is a classical example of staggering. Kung talagang sincere ka sa kinakausap mo, you have to look them in the eyes. At saka yung pupil mo, hindi lumalaki. Because if you're trying to speak, and speak, and speak, and speak, without even having an eye contact, the tendency there is, hindi makikinig ang audience mo. The audience needs connectivity. The audience needs to feel and to understand and to comprehend. Crim, ang ibig sabihin ng comprehend ay maunawaan nila sa utak nila ang sinasabi mo. Alam niyo kung bakit ko napabilib sa akin si Randy? Kasi nga, kahit medyo kengkoy siyang magsalita, yung impact ng pananalita niya at saka yung mga ideas niya, banayad na nga, may connection siya sa pananalita. Kahit nagmumukha lang ako nagte-text nung nagkaklase tayo, the bottom line there is that student connects them to the audience. He maintains the audience connectivity with their eyes. Or pinapanatili niya ang audience impact sa kanyang pananalita. Kaya nga si Duterte, kahit medyo minsan yung pag-deliver niya ng speech ay medyo parang ad-lib. Sa pamamaraan niya ng pagpapahayag ng talumpati, talagang pinakatingin niya sa bawat tao na kinakausap niya. Upang sa ganon, in that way, there's a connectivity with that person. Avoid staggering. Number 2. To avoid also being nervous, you have to also consider this. If staggering is more of like that, stammering is a different story. What is stammering? Stammering lang naman yung tipong ganito. Crim, kung di nyo mag-gusto, papaliwanag ko na simple. For BEd, this is very, very, very crucial in speaking because I have observed this a lot in your speeches. Observe. Communication is the process of dealing with communicating through others of people, culture, and society, and to avoid miscommunication to the other people. That means to say, the case there is the others to communicate better. Notice the as, are. That's a big no-no. That's a big no-no in speaking. In communicating with others. Is a symbol of a mastery of the topic. What do I mean? Ibig sabihin po nun, medyo hindi mo alam ang topic. Thus, dapat when you're communicating or trying to deliver speeches, it must be flow, sexy, and clear. Meaning, walang pautan. Tip number 3. Puro negative tayo. Let's focus on the positive. Tip number 3. Para hindi rin kayo kabahan, look them on the nose line. Looking them in the nose line is a symbol of you're just looking them in the eyes. For beginners, like nung iba, kinakabahan, alam ko nakaka-nervyos sa harap. Ngayon, if you're going to look them in the eye, in here, in the nose line, there's already a symbol that you're also looking them in the eyes. In that way, you're not only talking, but you're also connecting them, even though you're faking it. But it's very effective. And lastly, imagine your audience. SPG po ito mga kaibigan, please, mature na po kayo. Please understand this. Don't worry, I'll show an alternative kung medyo na-irritate. Imagine your audience naked. Yes, you heard me, naked. Now, hindi po sa nakakaselan, pero ito po ay nakakabuo ng comedy sounds sa utak mo. In that way, you will feel a nervousness. In case naman sa mga maselan at conservative, imagine your audience empty. In that way, you can communicate better. Well, class, there you have it. The summary of the lesson that I gave to you. That is the short, simple, and the summary that I'm going to talk about. There are also some specific information such as don't be a mere alcopose, you have to communicate with other people, stand straight, limited gestures. But of course, that will be follow-up in the next class. Those 4 major components are the most significant of all ideas and concepts. Because those 4 is the huge reason why there are many of you don't deliver their speeches very clearly. With that being said, if you have questions, clarifications, comments, or violent reactions, click on the description below and subscribe to my channel. If you have questions, just comment down below. Once again, this is Professor John Paul Feliciano Ong. I'm sorry and I'm sick. Signing off, and have a good day. God bless us. Amen.